The tips I'll show you in this video will have you sounding much more professional in your next video call or live stream. So if you're ready to make a good impression with your audience or your clients, start doing these things right now. The first tip is intended to help you reduce the amount of room noise and reverb that gets picked up by your microphone. If you're using the microphone and speakers built into your laptop, you're setting yourself up for failure when it comes to audio. If possible, use some kind of external microphone. I'll be using the Sennheiser Profile USB microphone and the HD280 headphones in this video. For a limited time, you can get this exact audio setup at a discounted price. If you're looking for a microphone that only requires a simple USB connection to your computer, then check out the links below. Thanks to Sennheiser for sponsoring this video. This microphone has a cardioid polar pattern, which means it picks up sound best from the front and rejects sound from the rear. Pointing the back of the microphone toward my keyboard and pointing the front of the microphone toward my mouth will therefore do two things. It will minimize the noise from the keyboard, and it will maximize the signal from my voice. This is a very good thing. We want to do whatever we can to maximize the signal-to-noise ratio like this. Another way to increase the signal-to-noise ratio is to place the microphone closer to you. I know it's sometimes undesirable to have a microphone on camera, but the smaller you can make the distance from the sound source to the microphone, the better your audio will sound. This is because sound gets quieter over distance. Every time you reduce the distance to the microphone by half, it increases the signal level by 6 dB. So moving the microphone from 12 inches away to only 6 inches away will boost your voice in relation to the noises around you. Not only that, but it will also increase the level of the direct sound from your voice compared to the indirect sound that reflects off of walls, ceilings, and other surfaces. So while I might sound like this using the built-in microphone on my webcam, you can already hear a big difference by simply connecting an external microphone like the Sennheiser Profile USB. And that difference becomes even more apparent if I move the microphone closer. If you get too close to the mic though, you may start to hear some bass buildup due to the proximity effect. For a good balance, I'd recommend a distance of about 4 inches. Also be aware of the potential for plosives or P-pops. In order to avoid this sound, you'll want to avoid bursts of air from hitting the mic. This can be done by either placing a pop filter between your mouth and the microphone, or by simply facing off to the side as you speak into the mic. Of course, getting closer to the mic will mean you won't need to amplify the electrical signal from the microphone quite as much as before. Therefore, adjust the preamp gain knob on your interface or on your USB microphone until you see about 75% on the meter within your conferencing software. Then do an audio test to make sure it sounds good. Too quiet will seem noisy and difficult to hear, while too loud could cause distortion and clipping. The second tip is intended to help prevent the echo problem that we've all experienced when talking with someone remotely. If you've ever tried speaking while hearing yourself back at a slight delay, you know just how difficult it is. We've got to fix that. But if you're hearing yourself echo back, it's actually a problem on the other person's system. And by that same logic, if someone hears their own voice echo back to them, it could be your fault. Here's what's happening and how you can fix it. The problem is that person A speaks into their microphone, which gets transmitted across the world over the internet before it reaches person B's speakers. This takes time. Let's say it takes about 150 milliseconds. Then the sound of person A's voice playing out of person B's speakers goes back into person B's microphone and gets transmitted back over the internet to person A. This also takes time, bringing the round trip to about 300 milliseconds, 150 milliseconds there and 150 milliseconds back. And person A hears their voice as an echo every time they start talking, which is extremely distracting. The problem is usually solved with a technology called AEC, which stands for Acoustic Echo Cancellation. It's a really cool technology when it works properly. The AEC processor in person B's conferencing app will take the signal that gets sent to their speakers and will subtract that signal from person B's microphone so it doesn't make its way back to person A. But sometimes AEC doesn't work properly. It could be that person B's speakers are too loud, or that their microphone is too close or too far from the speaker, or that their room simply has really bad acoustics. In any case, the problem is on their side. One simple thing person B could do to prevent this problem is to wear headphones and mute their speakers. The sound from the headphones won't be broadcast into the room, so the sound from the far end caller will never even reach the microphone. It's helpful to use either open back headphones so you can hear yourself speak, or to use the mix knob on your microphone or audio interface to blend in some of your own voice into your headphones. This helps to prevent the classic problem of yelling because you can't hear yourself talk. If you're using a USB microphone like this one, you can just connect the headphones directly to the back and use this knob to determine the balance between you and the person you're talking to. When you can hear your own voice in your headphones, you'll also tend to talk over people less often. If the sound of your voice clashing with your guest's voice sounds terrible in your headphones, it sounds terrible to everyone else listening too. So wearing headphones will hopefully help you monitor the sound as your audience will hear it and adjust accordingly. Be sure to use the links below if you think this microphone and these headphones are a good fit for you. In the next video, I'll help you solve a really common problem that comes up when setting up a live stream or a remote podcast. I'll see you there.